So the Ticats win their first game in Tim Hortons Field, 13-12 over the Toronto Argonauts on Labor Day. I'm here with the Spec Steve Milton and Scott Radley. A historical day for this franchise. Steve, what are your impressions of the stadium and the team?
I liked it. I don't think they win this game without the stadium. I mean, because they were in the process of throwing it away. I think the fans helped a great deal. The coaches talk about that a lot, especially setting the tone when they came out. They first felt the feel of the stadium when they walked into that end zone after their warm-up and when they came back out. And that final drive could have gone, as we've seen this year, as we saw in the very last game, I believe, or certainly the Winnipeg game. They didn't have the home town noise to drown out the cadence of the other team. Ricky Ray had no idea what was going on out there. I mean, there were other reasons they had no idea what was going on, but I think the crowd helped win this game.
Scott, you talked to a lot of people today around the stadium. What were their impressions and what were your impressions?
My impression, having talked to a lot of people, if you come to a game, don't wear a red polo shirt because it looks like all the staff and you will answer 1,000 questions of where stuff is. That's the first thing. What people were saying, everybody I talked to loved the place. Everybody had good things to say about it. We all know the stories. We all know the background, whether it should be here or shouldn't be here and this and that. But the people who came into the building were raving about it today and said it was a great place to watch a football game.
The Ticats did almost throw this game away, as you mentioned earlier, and did a lot of the things that they've been doing all season long. They took a lot of penalties. They committed some late turnovers that could have been very costly, and yet managed to find a way to win this game. What is the difference?
Well, two things happened. Well, one difference is Zach Collaros. They got that first down to keep it going, and they did awful lot of screen passes during this game, and that drive that kept the ball. I mean, they had the ball, 16 minutes more than the other team, so that's part of it, and a lot of that is Zach Collaros. Great game plan by Tommy Condell. The reading of the blitz, yes, they were sacked 3 times, but the reading of the blitz was astounding, and that's where those screen plays came from. And the other thing was the defense made that stop that they had to make, and they made it several times, but particularly at the end. I mean, I know they were deep and they had a long way to go, but it's happened before.
Lots to report on the stadium and lots of things that we'll sort of get into over the next few days. But Scott, any sort of final impressions about what you saw today?
There's a lot about this stadium that is similar in some ways to Ivor Wynne Stadium with the sight lines and everything else, but it's just so much cleaner. It's cleaner, it's more modern. One little thing that I really noticed, and it really stands out, there's no soccer lines on the football field, and it makes the whole stadium look more professional, quite frankly. It really does. It doesn't look like a multi-purpose community-used stadium. It looks like a professional field, and you can actually go into the bathrooms and not fear for your health. That's a big upgrade over Ivor Wynne Stadium.
The one thing is, does any of what Ivor Wynne had convert over to this place?
Yeah, I think it does, but it won't be the same. I think the ability to mold the spirit here of the fans, and a lot of that has to do with the team, but it really has more to do with the fans. And let's not forget, for the most part, these are the same fans. I think the other thing is there's a certain intimacy. It's a different kind of intimacy. The looking down on the field. It's a bowl, at least as far as the wall around this field goes, and it may be a little more of a bowl once they add a few things in the end zone. I think that translates as well. And the mere fact that it's Hamilton, it's the Hamilton spirit, it's the East End. Okay, it's not downtown anymore. It didn't go to anywhere, Tony. It's right back where it was. So I think a lot of it. I think it'll take time because this may not be. I mean, there's 6,000 people that weren't here. Also, some of the people were here maybe only for the first game, and I know that most of them were subscribers. Well, let's just see when it all fills up what happens. And I think it'll take some time. This team's going to have to help at least define the first-year spirit. The fans overall will decide that, and they're same fans, so I think I think a lot of it's going to travel. Make
sure you check out Tuesday's Spectator for Scott's column, Steve's column as well as a full report from the game. Reporting for the Hamilton Spectator at Tim Hortons Field, I'm Drew Edwards.